Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. We all know by now that I think too much. I then take those thoughts, turn them into a video and fill your head with the same nonsense. So here we go again. Today I have a new question for you all. Is the marine aquarium hobby pay to win? Before we start yet another riveting philosophical discussion, I should probably clarify what pay to win actually means. The term pay to win originates from the gaming industry, where games give players an option to buy an advantage. This gives them an edge over potentially more skilled players. So does this in theory apply to the marine aquarium hobby? Does more money almost guaranteed greater success? And if it does, then does that mean the best advice for beginners is to save up to give themselves an easier time? Let me know in the comment section below what you think, because for once my opinion is evenly split. Due to my indecisiveness, I decided to post this question on various forms of social media to see what your opinions were. I thought all of your combined wisdom might give me a bit of clarity. I was so wrong. Your responses came back almost as mixed as mine. The reason this topic came into my head was because the comment section of my last video, regarding how easy the hobby has become over the years, was filled with comments stating that money appears to be a key factor with regards to how easy people find it. As usual, my mind started racing. Firstly, was this in fact true? And secondly, could this in theory help beginners entering the hobby? My mind also took me down a second rabbit hole, where I started to think about the direct relationship between money, knowledge and success. I'll be honest with you, this has been one of the most difficult videos for me to script because the question itself is a bit of a paradox. Money without knowledge will lead to almost certain failure, whereas knowledge without money has a completely different set of problems, some of which lead to failure. There are several arguments for this being a pay-to-win hobby. Firstly, the more money you have, the larger tank you can afford to buy and maintain. Bigger tanks generally take more work and are more expensive to run, but have the added benefit of being far more stable. I'm more impressed by an SPS nano tank than a tank of my size because I've experienced firsthand just how unstable they can be. It also allows you to buy the latest and greatest gadgets to further increase its stability and to an extent take out human error and laziness. There are even controls these days which will warn you of an impending issue prior to it happening, such as a broken heater or KH swing. Money also gives you a buffer with regards to failure as well, both in terms of livestock and equipment. Our tanks are made of moving parts, and as we all know, they eventually break down and need to be replaced. It also allows people to plan for redundancy. Redundancy measures are a luxury for most people, and when it comes to purchasing new livestock or a battery backup, the majority of people would pick new livestock. To some extent, losing a lot of money is often the most powerful motivation to gain knowledge and improve. I learnt the hard way just how fragile our systems can be when it comes to an extended power failure. Therefore, every tank I ever own will have a battery backup on it. Can you say the same? It doesn't matter how many times I tell you to get a battery backup, the chances are until you've experienced loss from a power failure, you'll ignore my advice. Finally, it even allows you to pay someone to maintain your tank. And although this is cheating with regards to direct success yourself, you still have a nice tank, which at the end of the day is the ultimate goal for most people. For this reason, I believe the hobby is pay to win, to an extent. With regards to the comparison between money, knowledge and success though, you cannot just take money and turn it into a successful reef tank. It merely allows you to buy the right tools to give you the best start, increasing your chance of success from both a stability and mental well-being point of view, by making it more practical. Humans soon get tired when it comes to doing impractical tasks, which very quickly become a chore. I certainly wouldn't be running an SPS dominant tank without the practicality of a dosing pump, an auto top up and a large volume of water to keep the tank stable. It would be totally impractical for my lifestyle, and I wouldn't trust myself to dose consistently without becoming relaxed with it. Having said that, our tanks are both mechanical and biological, and it doesn't matter how much money you have, we need to take into consideration that if someone doesn't understand the basic biology behind their tank, success will only ever be temporary. They appear to go hand in hand in the fact the more knowledge you have, the less money you spend. Or to put it in a better way, you spend money more wisely. Maybe that in itself is the answer. Owning the best equipment doesn't guarantee success. I've personally seen some amazing tanks run on very basic equipment, and although most of today's fancy gadgets aren't essential, they can certainly speed up your success and make the hobby a far more pleasant experience. I'm a big advocate for saving up that little bit longer and buying better quality equipment. Our return pumps are the hearts of our system. powerheads the lungs, and lights miniature tanning salons for our corals. Surely you want these vital components to be as healthy as possible. Consider your equipment a long-term investment, in that when you buy correctly and it's maintained properly, it should last for many years. It also allows you to use that waiting time while you're saving up to further your knowledge, which, trust me, will only inflame your passion for the hobby further. To briefly sum up, I believe more money can lead to more success, at the beginning. However, as your experience grows, it becomes less and less relevant. I want to leave you with one final thought, and this was a message left for me by someone on one of the forums, therefore I can't take any credit for it, but I thought it was great advice. Here is what it said. Learn as much as you can from everywhere you can. Take nothing as gospel. What works for me may not work for you, and above all, stability is your friend. Leave it be. Many times issues will work themselves out if the system is stable. Stop messing with things. Once you gain the knowledge through experience and educate your senses, you'll be able to tell if something's wrong, even if your fancy controller tells you everything is fine. Knowledge will go further in the end, due to the surprises that come with reefing. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you enjoyed it, why not click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time. As always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that supports me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of what you do with regards to keeping this channel going. You've all been brilliant. Thank you.